Welcome to our used 2016 Springdale 2960 BH. Starting right in your back bumper here. If you just reach in, pull that cap out of there. Inside of the back bumper, you're going to find your sewer hose. Just take note of those two ears in the adapter here. It's how I'll be hooking it up to your sewer system. And the hose itself, once fully extended, is about 20 feet long. Just keep it stored in the back bumper back here to help keep any sort of stench out of the unit. Keep things that bit fresher. Straight up the corner from there, you're going to find your cable and satellite inlet. Coax cable plugs into there, fires up your TV location. This compartment here, as you hold it open, you can see it's just the wide open storage, just see straight through to the other side. Ahead again from there, you'll find your short cord outlet. So you're going to find this cord, pulls on out of there, standard 30 amp end. You can just plug straight on in, you're good to go. We do also provide you with a 15 amp adapter, so if you're looking to plug in at home to charge your batteries or run your fridge, you got the power to do so. Down underneath that's your sewer system, so that cap there, if you just kind of press on it, give it a turn, you can pop it on out of there. It's got the same two ears on it that your sewer hose had. On the left you get a gray valve, on the right you get a black. Black valve is controlling your black tank. Black tank is filled from your toilet, so it's of course going to be your dirtiest water, so we'll dump that first. Once that's done, you can then come to the gray. Gray tank is going to be filled from your sinks as well as your shower. Typically cleaner water, we'll dump that last just to help keep that sewer hose as clean as possible. All the way towards the front of the unit here, you get your city water inlet. So your water hose will just plug into there, turn on the water, and that'll pressurize the lines throughout the unit. Right beside it's your freshwater inlet, so your water hose will just plug into there, turn on the water, and it fills up your freshwater tank. You know that tank is full once it starts spitting water out of that vent there. And the drain for that tank is just right underneath the unit. You get that little kind of water line there. You can see it's just hanging down. Has a little cap that would go on it. That cap you're going to find right here. As well as in here, you're going to find this park adapter, so your 30 amp cord into there, 15 to a standard outlet. You also get a water hose as well as your manual overrides in here. To the front of the unit, you get this battery box here, so your battery is housed right inside of there. As long as you're plugged into that short cord in the back or your 7-pin to your tow vehicle, that battery is charging for you. This flap here opens on up once you have those knobs loosened off, and you can pull this right off. I'll show you a changeover in the back here. So it should currently be about blank. It's kind of letting us know we've got propane in the system. If it were to go red, it's letting you know you've no longer got any propane there. At that point, just flip the changeover over, run off of that tank while you get the other one filled. In front's your power tongue jack. So on the left side there, you get a light switch. On the right, up is down, down is up. Other end of your storage compartments here. Inside of here, there's a little light right up on the front wall. It has its own switch there. Down beside that, you're going to find your power stabilizer jack switch. So you press and hold extend, they'll come down, contact the ground. Once they contact the ground, you'll hear that kind of load on the motor. Once you hear that, you stop. If you're to continue extending, you can strip the gear pack right out of there, which of course you don't want to be doing. Right by the entrance door, you're going to find an exterior speaker. Same thing back a little ways. Right in between them, you get your stove vent. So there's two little ears on either side. You just flip those down and that flap will open itself up. Once you're done, just making sure those ears are back up, and that'll prevent any sort of dust from kicking up in there while you're out traveling. Down from there is an exterior outlet, so your GFI protected, reset inside the unit. Hot water tank here, you just line up that keyway and you can pop it on open. Your control for turning it on with electricity is just a little switch down in the bottom corner there. Turning it on with propane is the switch inside the unit. Before turning it on with either source, you just want to hit this relief valve right there, and you should get some water coming out. If you're not getting any water out, there is a chance that it's empty, and you do run the risk of burning out your elements, so you just want to make sure it's full before firing it up. Once you're done, just locking it back down with that keyway. Service port as well as a vent for your fridge, nothing there for you to worry about. Down underneath, it's just the exhaust for your furnace. If you're ever running that, just making sure it's not blocked off. Exterior shower here, so you got a key just like this guy there. You can stick it on in and open her up. Hot and cold water, standard hose, pulls out about 3 feet long. Just tucking it back away once you're done, lock it back down. Rear switch for your rear stabilizers, and just the other access door to your rear compartment. And then in the back of the unit, you get this one big storage compartment here. Inside of here, you're going to find your spare tire. Simple as that. And straight up top and center there, you can see you are pre-wired for a rear view or observation camera. So now we'll make our way inside of the unit. Door just opens that up. It is on a gas strut, so it just comes out to 90 degrees and stays there. You're going to grab that handle, flip it on out, flip that last step over, and step inside. First things first, right on the right there, you get your fire extinguisher. That's standard. Pull the pin, point, and shoot. Kind of right across the wall from there, you find your light switches. One on the right there does your interior light. One on the left does your awning light. Awning itself is on this switch here. Press and hold out, and that awning will make its way out. Once that awning's fully extended, we're going to see a little white flap come down, as well as the gray metal tube. Black metal tube? Yep, black metal tube. Once you see that, you're going to stop. If you're to continue extending, it will actually wind itself up backwards, in which case your fabric will be underneath the tube, allowing it to then hold water, accelerating the growth of mold and mildew. So there's our flap, and there's the tube, so it'll stop right there. Now if it were to start raining, it's of course going to hold some water anyways, so what you can do is grab either arm, front or rear. You're just going to pull straight down on it. And you can see that changes the pitch of the awning out at the head, allowing water to then run off. Now if you like that angle better, because it does give you more shade, you can do the same thing with the arm up front. Before you bring it back in though, you want to make sure these guys are back out straight and fully extended, just so you're not running the risk of bending them. Then you can press and hold in, the awning will make its way back in. Again, you're just going to watch to make sure that your fabric's over top of the tube. And the last thing to keep in mind with your awning is it does catch a lot of wind, so once you get up to about 15-20 kilometers an hour wind, you want to bring it back in, again, just so you're not running the risk of bending your arms. Slide out switch is right beside it, press and hold out, the slide will make its way out. Once that slide's fully extended, we're going to hear some clicks on the motors letting us know they've reached their stall. And there you go. You just get all this storage down here as well. Covered as well as the drawer space. And then into the front bedroom here. So your light's just on its own switch. You pick up the foot of your bed, you do get access to that storage compartment. And just kind of open closet space all the way around. This window here, if you pull this red tab, get rid of the screen, take this handle here, throw it outside, hop on out. That's your emergency exit. Standard blind here. This little handle over here, if you pull that up, gives you access to that storage compartment and just that same sort of closet space there. Entertainment area, so you have your storage all across the top, kind of that built-in closet space, TV backer right there, antenna outlet right here, turning that antenna on is just that button there, and your cable and satellite outlets. More storage. And the slide out, your light again just on its own switch. Same thing above your dinette. In the dinette, you can see we've currently got it set up as the dinette. If you're to take your table, wiggle it up and out its legs, the legs will then wiggle out of their bases. The table will sit onto either ledge there. Take your back cushion, spill in the center, creates your bed. The couch here does also fold out. So you got the centerpiece that comes down, get your cup holders out of it. Then you can take the bottom here, pick it up and fold it down. In the kitchen, you get your storage right up top here. There's a little light right down there as well. Hot and cold water at the sink, of course. Storage all the way around it. Microwave, pretty standard, just like home. And your range vent here, you got a light as well as your fan. For the stove, you're gonna turn that knob over to light, grab a lighter. You see she fires right up. For the oven, we'll open it up, turn that knob there over to the pilot, press and hold. And then right in the back there, you can get that pilot light going. Once you have it going, just hold for another couple of seconds, then you can release. The flame will then hold itself. Turn up to your desired temperature, and there she goes. Once you're done, turn it back down to the pilot. It'll hold just the pilot light for you, but if you're going traveling, you want to make sure it's right off. In the back corner, you get your monitor panel. In the bottom corner is your water pump switch. As you turn that on, turns on your water pump, drawing out of your fresh tank to pressurize your lines. Monitor systems, so battery there, you can see we're currently C for charging, G would be good, F is fair, L is low. Your fresh tank, as you fill that up, will go to a third, 2/3 and full. Same idea for your black and your gray. Water heater controls, so electric there, you just turn that on to turn it on with electricity. Gas is right beside it, turn that switch on, you get that light there letting you know the ignition sequence will start. Once that sequence is started, that light's going to go out. It'll try that 3 times. If after the 3rd try it hasn't fired up, this light's going to come on and stay on. At that point, just off and back on to reset it. Fridge right beside it, so power button on the left there with it in at flush, that's it turned on. Have this button on the right there at flush, it'll run on auto. Auto's first looking for AC power. If AC power is taken away, it'll automatically flip over to gas. If you want it to run just on gas, you can have that button come out, it'll run just on gas. If that check light comes on, it's letting you know it hasn't fired up. At that point, just off, back on to reset it. Freezer up top, and your fridge down low. Return air for your furnace right underneath it. It's just kind of making sure it's not blocked off. Straight up from there, you get your antenna. So you just kind of turn it around, looking for your best signal. Wherever you find it, leave it there. Whenever you're traveling though, you want to make sure this arrow is pointed forward. In the back, you have another light here. And then you get your thermostat. So in the center right there, that's it turned off. All the way on the right, that's it in heat. Select your auto fan and your temperature, and that'll turn on the furnace. Furnace is moving its air through all your floor registers. Center left is fan, then you can select your high or low fan, otherwise you'll just leave it in auto. All the way over to the left is cool, select your temperature and that'll turn on the air conditioner. With your air conditioner going, you got two different options. You can have these two louvers here closed, in which case you have them closed. We'll be using all of our ceiling ducting to move the air, or you can open them up and it just dumps all of its air to the living room here. So when you first get out to your site, you want those open, cool off this area as quickly as possible, and then close them off, start moving the air throughout. Smoke detector is right at the front of your slide, and your LP detector is straight down underneath your thermostat. Alright, so just turn that off, center right. LP detector, right, propane's heavier than air, sits on the floor. This guy detects it, starts going off like a smoke detector would. Into the bathroom. Your light switch is over on the right wall there. Toilet flips on open, you get your flusher on the right side. Hot and cold water at the sink. Right up above it is your GFI protected outlet. Test on the bottom, reset on top. So if you ever have outlets that don't work, it's the first thing you should check. Bit of storage underneath it, as well as your little medicine cabinets here. Shower, standard head and hose. Straight up above it, you get your roof vent. Just turn that knob to open it up. And then in the back corner, you get the switch to turn on the fan. Previous owner did install max air roof vents, so those are up there, so you can leave these guys open during rain and travel. And now the back bunk room. Your lights just on their own switch there. A little bit of closet space over to the side. See the bunks all set up. Right. And then your converter straight down the bottom here. You can press it in the top and it'll pop on open. Get all of your breakers in the middle there. Whenever a breaker breaks, it sits in the center, so turn it off and then back on to reset it. And on the right side is all of your fuses. So that's about it for this unit. If you've got any other questions on it, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.